Alright, as you can see here, I have made a roster for Super Smash Bros. 4. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but it's just characters that I'd like to see, characters that would fit in, and cool characters in general. And what I kind of want to see is every character, instead of just having alternate skins, will do something sort of like what Wario did in Brawl, and they'd be able to they'd have two skins that are completely different textured, like different costumes altogether, and they'd just be different colors, like what Wario did. I also want to abolish copied Final Smashes, and by that I don't mean like how Ike and Marth are pretty much the same. What I mean is like the Landmasters and the Triforce Slash and stuff. I want every character to have at least a somewhat unique Final Smash. You may disagree with some of these, I've probably said that before, but I digress. I put in a bunch of third-party and retro game sort of characters, but I made sure that I thought they fit. There's the standard 4 Mario characters. Then I added Toad. Toad, I think Toad's pretty cool. He could be a fighter. I mean, we have all the Super Mario Bros. 2 characters in the North America version, anyways. Toad, I don't know what his he could like pull out a Mega Mushroom or something, since his new links with new Super Mario Bros. Yeah, Toad would be pretty cool, I guess. He could do some stuff. The standard other Mario characters, I guess that's what they're called. I added Bowser Jr., which was probably there, should have been in since Brawl, but he could use his paintbrush as well as other machines. Like, he uses machines a lot in the more recent games. And then next, there's Geno. Oh boy, Geno needs to be in. There's rumors that the only reason that Brawl was delayed for like 3 months was because they had to remove Geno because Square Enix wouldn't give them certain rights, which was horrible since Geno definitely should have been in. Link, Zelda, Ganon, as always. Then there's Girahim, or however you pronounce his name. I was really, as you can see, like behind Girahim, I originally had Toon Link there, since Toon Link is one of my favorite characters from Brawl. I play as him all the time. In fact, it was when I was making this roster, I was constantly debating in my head what other Zelda characters should I put in, and figured since Skyward Sword's new and Girahim's really cool, I'd put Girahim in. I haven't played I've seen people play Skyward Sword, so you could use his sword and stuff, and he'd be pretty cool. Another choice for this slot right here was Vaati, which would be cool since the first Zelda game that I owned was 4 Swords. The first that I played was Majora's Mask, and that goes to our next character, Skull Kid. That's definitely a shoe-in. Skull Kid should definitely be in. They're gonna make a remake of Majora's Mask for the 3DS, which is more than likely since they did it with Ocarina of Time. Skull Kid is a shoe-in. I'll link a video to this in this description of someone hacked Brawl to change one of the characters into Skull Kid, and he had his own moves in Final Smash. It was awesome. I'll put a link so I don't have to waste too much time. And of course there's Samus. I didn't put Zero Suit Samus, but she's still there. Ridley. I recently really got into the Prime series, and Ridley is just so awesome. You got to fight him twice in Brawl as a boss, but I think you could play as him as a character in this game, honestly. The baby, the baby, the baby. Pit, Ice Climbers, Rob, and Game & Watch, of course. Then I added Waddle Dee, the Kirby 3, and then Waddle Dee because Return to Dreamland added him to the 4 main characters. And he's been in since Crystal Shards as a good guy. I think he's even been before. I'm not quite sure. I might have to look. But Waddle Dee is pretty cool. He can be like a ninja or something. Then of course there's Olimar. I really wanted to put Louie in, but I didn't because I figured it'd just be the exact same. Fox, Falco, and Wolf. I don't know what their final smashes should be, since in all honesty, Star Fox is probably my least favorite Nintendo franchise. I don't mean to upset any Star Fox fanboys or anything, but I didn't grow up with it. I never really played it. I played the 64 version a bit, but so I'm not sure what they should do. Captain Falcon, I really like his Final Smash, Falcon Punch and all. Chibi Robo, I haven't actually played that game. My sister recommended it to me when I told her I was making this list, and she said that it could turn into like Mega Robo or something. I can't remember. Ike, Marth, and then there's Isaac from Golden Sun. Forgot his name since I don't play Golden Sun. I know fanboys and cry. I don't care. Isaac seems like a fan favorite, and what I've seen of Golden Sun, he looks pretty cool. So yeah. A lot of people want to remove Lucas for some reason, mainly because they don't know who he is. Well, Mother 3 is one of my all-time favorite games, and in general, not just RPGs. And of course, NES. Pokemon is, along with Zelda, I had the most trouble coming up with new characters. I removed Jigglypuff for Wigglytuff. One reason is Jigglypuff had no importance in the series, while Wigglytuff was important in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series as the Guildmaster and such. So I thought Wigglytuff, plus Wigglytuff has a bit more potential since, yeah, I always considered Jigglypuff to be the worst Brawl character. It's alright, I guess. N would be sort of like Pokemon Trainer with different Pokemon. I'm not quite sure. He could do stuff, I guess. Yeah. Deoxys, if they're gonna make a remake of Ruby and Sapphire, I'm gonna throw this horse today. Deoxys would be a shoo-in. I've been saying that a lot, shoo-in, but yeah, Deoxys would be really cool. He'd be really weird, but he's pretty much the first alien from Pokemon, so that's really cool. And then, of course, Zoroark to replace Lucario, as they do that every Smash game. Alright, now to get to the ones that most people might disagree with me. Little Mac would be excellent as a melee fighter. He could use his Star Punch as a Final Smash. I'm not sure what he could do. He has so much potential as a Brawl fighter, though. Quote from Cave Story. You may be wondering, that's indie game developer. Well, it's had a release on the DSi, the Wii, and the 3DS, and the only release not on a Nintendo system was the freeware for the PC. So, quote is, Cave Story is pretty much owned by Nintendo, and yeah, he could really do it. Then there's Simon Belmont. Uh, I wanted to put some classic characters in as well, and Simon Belmont is pretty much, I mean, they put him in Captain N, even though that wasn't a very great show, as one of Nintendo's representatives, along with Pit and Mega Man, which I'll get into later. But he's really cool. He has all sorts of weapons. He looks cool, and he'd be a great Brawl, Smash Brothers fighter in general. Bill Riser. The reason I didn't put Lance in was because Bill is the first player. I know that sounds kind of rude to all the second players out there. It sounds a bit silly. But his alternate skin, I guess, could be Lance. I'm not sure. Bill's really cool, though. So, yeah. I think I may have screwed up and gotten a picture of Lance. I'm not sure. And then there's Balloon Fighter. He'd be pretty cool, but pretty weird at the same time. I'm not sure how he would control. I'm not sure how he would fight, but I think he'd do a darn well good job of it. Maxwell from Scribblenauts. I put that in because I was debating in my head all sorts of different characters. This is a paint file, so there's a bunch of characters that I didn't use outside of what you're seeing, and one of them was Earthworm Jim. In Pokemon there was Ridiculous, but I put Maxwell because his series is getting a bit popular, and he'd be a good fighter. He could call in Cthulhu as his final smash. I mean, honestly, if you've ever played Scribblenauts, the first thing that came to mind, well, to me anyways, was to type in purple, giant, friendly, flying Cthulhu. And put a writable in there somewhere, I don't care. That's in Super Scribblenauts. And that's how I defeated the boss. His alternate skin could be Scribblenauts, as you can see in the game. I don't know. And there's Pac-Man. Really classic character. The reason I didn't put something else like Tetris or Pong or something like that is because after the initial game, he actually got developed as a character, as you can see there. He has a few 3D platforming games. Amaterasu would be really great. I mean, they put her in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They should put her in Smash Brothers. I mean, she could control like Ivysaur, I guess, since not many characters walk on all fours. Ivysaur was the only one who walked on all fours at all times. She could use her brush strokes as attacks. It'd be really cool. There's Rayman, with the recent Rayman Origins, which is really popular. I played it at PAX. It was really fun. Until this little kid came up and said, "May I play?" I couldn't resist, so I let him. It was really cute. But yeah, Rayman would be really. Oh, Elite Seconds. Alright. Then there's Travis Touchdown. This is a similar story to what happened with Solid Snake. The creator of the No More Heroes series really wants Travis to be in the game, I think. And the same thing happened to the Solid Snake. So yeah, that'd be cool. I have a minute left, so Bomberman, he'd be really nice. I mean, Bomberman's extremely popular. I love playing Bomberman. He could use bombs as attacks a lot. I can't remember the name. Kangaroo things. And no, I'm very forgetful. Mega Man would be excellent. He should be in, but he isn't, so put him in. I really... for Sonic characters, I didn't want to flood it like so many lists that I've seen have. So I put Knuckles in, because I thought he was a classic character, but he's also a good fighter, so that's why I chose him over Tails. Then, of course, there's Cloud Strife. I felt that I don't play Final Fantasy, but I do like the music. I do know Cloud Strife, I know Sephiroth and all them. I just thought Cloud would be all-around good character. This is my list.